Alright guys, alright, so up until this point, I had been doing the video series all last week, and then I just started uploading, or editing and uploading the videos over the weekend, and realized some things as I did that. So yeah, I'll try to keep things in view a little better. I got some markers in here that kind of tell me where the frame of view is. So, but anyways, yeah, we're all epoxied in. Off camera over the weekend, I added some weather stripping in here, and that's really gonna make a huge difference in the detail when you're looking inside there. That's just one of those dead giveaways, you know, when that's omitted. But masking that off is going to be a pain. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do all my molding before I paint, and then mask the molding out, just like a real truck. You know, if you were painting it for real, you'd actually mask the molding off instead of the other way around, where you paint it and then you mask around the molding and then paint that black. So I'll probably do that. I'm gonna try it that way anyways. I think that's gonna be the easiest way. Yeah, I got this. I'll show you. I can find it here. It's basically automotive pinstriping, and sometimes you can actually just apply this to your molding and leave it. I've done that. Actually, the first truck, that's exactly how that one's done. I actually tried to paint the black of the molding, but I was too quick. My ambitions were faster than the paint wanted to dry. We'll put it that way. So I ended up putting that on there, and you know, I'm just content with that. Actually, I think it looks a little better. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna be working on doors today. So we kind of graduated from building the cab, so now we're gonna move on to the doors, get them hung, and then we'll start working on the front clip. So I'm gonna focus on the doors here. So I got the hinges. I believe these are Injora hinges. I can't remember what they're actually made for. They're kind of sloppy. So I'm going to do some tweaking on these this time to make them tighter. Oh, that was actually pretty easy. So I'm just taking the one that's on the inside and kind of bending it out. Oh, that makes a huge difference. Wish I would have done that on the first one. Still a little sloppy. Yeah, so that's fairly tight. Nice. Alright, so in your kit will be some screws. And then I need a screwdriver. And I need my glasses. definitely gonna need my glasses for this. Okay, so we may have to knock that corner down, and I think I'm gonna do that now. Actually, it might be okay, but it'll be a lot easier to do with it off. Actually, I probably have to take it back off, so I'm gonna do it now. Doesn't look like much, but just a little bit can screw things up. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is get your door fitted. So I got a wide gap here, kind of narrows here, and it's really tight up here. So it looks like what I really should probably do is take off this edge down here and just kind of bring the whole thing, because this is fairly even up here. If we start knocking this down, then it'll become uneven. So I'm gonna something to keep in mind is you're going to be adding more primer and paint to this, so these gaps are going to fill in. I think I'm going to remove a little material right in that corner. I'm still pretty tight right up front here. That looks pretty good, so I think if I have to fine tune anymore, I think I'm going to do it after the doors are on. But alright, so I'm going to go ahead and screw the door frame back on. Alright, so next step is you're going to want to put your magnets in and figure out where the door wants to be. And then we're going to have to fit the door frame to the door and make sure that it closes. So, anyways, yeah. I haven't really figured out what I want to do for these magnets. You can fit 2 in here, but the second one may stick out a fudge. I give you 4 magnets, but what you can do is just do 1, glue that in, and then you can glass over that. Or yeah, there we go. Right, so you can put, instead of doing two on the cab and 2 in the door, 1 in the cab and 3 in the door, and I give you plenty of room for that. Alright, so now when your door is on here, it shouldn't move. So if I go to put this where we want it to be, it shouldn't push the door frame in, right? And that door frame is right flush with this back. That's how it's supposed to be. So you got a visual reference. So you could like put this on and then you just peek in there. But I can see already I don't have the alignment here. It looks like the back is actually pretty fairly good. Alright, so I think that's where I'm gonna start is here. I'm gonna bring this so that this is matching with the rocker. It is getting a bit warm here. Hopefully it's not too loud. Now, if you actually pull the door, or if the door is closed and this is pulled outwards, that's okay. But if it's inwards, then the magnet's going to want to naturally find center, and then your door is going to look like it's never latched. So I guess if you guys that do scale builds with patina, you could actually do that on purpose. Damn door never latches. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can find one. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the inner door panel to clamp against. Alright, so I think I'm in a position where I can glue this in, and then we'll move on to the other door. But yeah, I just got the inner panel here, just kind of sitting on here. We'll glue this all in later after it's all painted. But it looks like I'm going to have to go in and fill that little area right there in CAD. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do, now you could put like spacers in between the door gaps. But I'm just going to visually do it and then kind of lock it in place with tape. And you don't really want to clamp the you don't want to pinch that, because basically you're just going to stress the door hinges and it'll probably move. It'll look right, but then at the end of when it's done and you take the clamps off, it'll move to where it wants to be naturally. So I'm just kind of let the glue kind of fill in the gaps, and then later on when we go to epoxy it, now, well, actually I take that back. See this spot here? I'm probably gonna pinch that together, because that'll bring this top over to fit in the door better. Which I could do that now, but I'm kind of afraid, because of what I just said would happen. Alright. So I'm gonna let that cure. And then I'll take the clamps off, pull the tape, see where it's at, and then if it's wrong, then I'll have to pop it off and redo it. Yeah, let's see what we got. It's been drying here for, I don't know, maybe a couple hours now. So I should be able to just remove this tape and that should stay in place. And so far it has. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Got that tape yet. You know what? And I think it's still. Yeah, that's hitting that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this door off and I'm gonna knock some of that down on the weather stripping where it's hitting. Because I don't want to keep removing the material from the door. I think I'm gonna get another phone. And it's kind of my fault because I installed that stripping kind of bowed. I don't know if you can see that, but it actually should be straighter than that. See how it kind of, yeah. So I goofed. But I'm gonna try that. I think we got her. It's actually kind of nice having the magnets and stuff because it kind of holds the door for you. I think I got it. Yep, it's just that. Okay, note to self, don't put weather stripping in there where it can interfere with the door. But I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty good. It's not quite perfect down here, but it is what it is. And they're not perfect on real one either, so so I guess it makes it even more scale. Another thing too is it'll break in. But yeah, I think I am gonna put 5 in here. Yeah. Is that 3 of them? Oh crap. I'm gonna try to press this magnum in here a little better. Even though I'm gonna pull it back out later. Yeah, that's pretty darn good. Alright, so yeah, next thing is epoxying it. So I'm gonna take the door back off. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that set up. Alright guys, so we got the doors hung. So I think we're at a point where we're going to shift from the cab to the front clip. Although we're not done with the cab. Now, in this video or tutorial series, basically I'm just going to be going over building the kit. But as far as painting and detailing and all that sort of stuff, I won't be going. That's really up to you, and you know it's not really part of the kit. You know, it's your individual skill level and how you want to do it. So, I will of course be doing this build on video, but it won't be a part of the tutorial for the kit itself. So but anyways, yeah, we're pretty much to a point where we're gonna move on to the front clip, and then we'll get that fitted. You want to do all that sort of stuff before we paint anything. You know, if you have to hog some material out to get the hood to close or whatever we might run into. But yeah, as far as the cab, I think we're pretty much done for now. We'll come back later and glue the inner door panel, door cards in. So I painted one up, and basically this just hangs on here, and you'll use some glue to glue this to that surface of the door. If you want that to be removable, you know, you just want to spot weld it with CS glue, and then you know, as long as you're not using too much glue, you should be able to pop that off. You know, just put enough to keep it on there. And then the other thing will be to build the seats, and the kit is designed to utilize the stock seats and the stock interior along with the dash. So as you can see, I got a FPV set up, so I'm probably gonna redesign that so that it actually bolts to the floor of the truck. But I don't know, I kind of strapped it in with a zip tie, sort of like a seat belt. But anyways, yeah, there's two parts for the seats. There's a seat base, and then there's a perch. And if you look, there's like a little radius right here. So there's a perch that glues in here, and then you can adjust the tilt of the seat. Plus, you can change the where it's at in the travel of the seat base. The seat base you're gonna want to screw in here after you put carpet in, and then the perch will glue to it. But you don't want to glue that in or the seat to the perch until after we have the door cards in, because if you have the seat off, your doors could actually hit the seat. So you want to make sure that the doors close when you have the seats, when you're gluing the seats in. So we'll come back to that later, because on my build, I'm going to be putting carpet in here and doing all the paint work before I get to that. So so that's going to come later after we do paint. So the next step will be to move on to the front clip, install the radiator support, your filler piece to correct the grill, and then the radiator, and then the top piece of the radiator support. So yeah, so that concludes this part of the build, and we'll see you in the next one.